Thanks for staying with us at STL Live. I'm here with Kiger. We've been talking about your journey over these last couple of years from being diagnosed with cancer to changing your lifestyle through nutrition. What about fitness? You were already a fitness buff. You were biking regularly?
Yeah, and I'm a little bit different on that one. Most Americans could probably do with a little more exercise, and mine had to be dialed back a bit. I'm over 50, and for us folks over 50, it's not so great to go out there and just hammer and hammer and hammer. So I'm right in that Goldilocks now where I try to do a little bit at the gym, a little bit on the bike, but not overdo anything. And that's
every
the sweet
day?
spot.
5 times a week? What's your...
Yeah, 3 to 5, yeah.
3 to 5, and you feel okay. You feel good about not going out every day. Because for somebody who used to do that, that's probably a big adjustment.
It is a big adjustment, but everything says that sedentary lifestyles are the new smoking. So getting up, getting moving during the day and after work is a big deal and critical to good health. So I try to stay in that zone.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so you have a message that we've been talking about the last couple segments on the show that's really important for us here in St. Louis and across America about your experience and everything that you've learned. So how are you now taking all of this information and sharing it with others?
It's exciting. There's a film in the works and there's a book in the works, a big thick book. I'll be excited about that. My friend said, Greg, we're not going to read your giant thick book and we can't wait for the film. Give us the executive summary. So these seminars started up with 1 hour, 3 hour, half-day boot camps where we just pack it all full of the information all the way from the theory to the implementation on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so these seminars are going on right now around town.
True.
You've got one coming up?
Yes.
And when and where?
March 4th at Winslow's home on Del Mar. It's going to be a great, farm-to-table atmosphere, but we'll have a lot of, it'll just be packed with good information.
Yeah, and that's a good place to have it because that's an example of a restaurant that uses very natural farm-to-table ingredients.
They do a great job. Ann, the owner, has a farm. She's a wonderful person. They make amazing food, and I think that'll be part of the fun of the seminar is we'll get to try some farro. We'll get to try some kombucha. We'll get to try some of these foods that you might hear about, but you haven't tried yet. So it's kind of fun to sample and learn about it.
And these are foods that you've incorporated into your daily diet.
And gleefully so. I just didn't know there was that kind of variety and deliciousness out there. And for me, I can't eat chicken breasts and broccoli every day. I like good food, so it's really fun to find delicious food.
And where are you finding your delicious food? What's your shopping plan?
We are so lucky. If we were, taping this show in Las Vegas, Nevada, we'd have to talk about food that came from far away. In the St. Louis area, we've got great farmers who do amazingly, just a great job at heirloom varieties, all fresh and local. So every week at Tower Grove during the summer, you'll see me there. Every Wednesday at Schlafly's Farmers Market, you'll see me there. So the farmers markets are great. Local community gardens, there's CSAs that deliver food to our homes, but we live in a great area for good food.
Yeah, so there's no excuses.
That's not one of them for sure. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, so the film. So you are actually a filmmaker.
True.
That was your profession and still is.
Yep.
So making this documentary was just something that you would have done naturally. I mean, you do naturally. So tell us a little bit about that. Where are we at? It's not finished yet.
Right. It veered the career arc pretty quickly, but yeah, it's about halfway finished shooting. This summer we'll be up in Alaska shooting a segment on salmon. We'll be out in California shooting some things on avocados and nuts. So we're basically going all over the country picking up all the healthy foods that are part of a great healthy diet, stitching those together in a film that's interesting and kind of a road trip story of a guy who, gets cancer and goes off in search of good foods to eat. And that's a true story.
And in creating the story, the film, the book, the seminars, how much influence were the doctors that have been helping you here in St. Louis?
Doctors were magnificent. They were great at their job, and I knew right away that they were so good that, let them run with it. But we're talking about partnerships and synergies, and they're very interested, surprisingly to some people, I think, but they're genuinely very interested in keeping people healthy across the board, and they know that starts with good food, lower stress, better exercise, etc. And so there's a lot of exciting partnerships that are out there that are coming on board too. So.
Right, and the time to change these things is now. It's not when you get the diagnosis,
gosh.
right? Would
That's
you have
so
done it
true.
differently?
That's so wise, absolutely. And anybody will tell you that the time to change is now when you're healthy. It's a subtle shift. It's delicious and fun. now's the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right, Greg, thank you so much for joining us. So appreciate your words of wisdom. Would love to have you come back and talk more about your journey next year after the film's done. So for more information on what to eat, visit whattoeat.tv. And don't go anywhere. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.